So here we are. I've just seen your hilarious comedy sketch show. It was, for me, it was something that I feel like is missing in the comedy space.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent for me of the TV that I loved growing up.
Right.
Like Jasper Carrot, Paul Merton.
Great.
As I was watching it, I was thinking it wasn't that long ago that I was going to myself, where is this sketch show gone?
Right.
What happened to it?
Yeah.
And then you've brought it back, but it's fresh.
Yeah, a few people have said that to me. This is my first time being here, so I came for the last couple of years, but I'm not so immersed in the world that I know everything that's going on. But a few people said that, and yeah, I mean, I thought about various ways in which I would perform an hour of comedy, and characters is something which I've always done, and to me that was just the obvious thing to do, because sort of just in like sort of regular life I was sort of just enjoying doing characters, and yes, so doing live comedy for the last few years and stuff on social media, it's all been characters. So for me it was an obvious thing to do, just try and collect all those things which I've done over the last like 4 or 5 years since I've been in comedy, and collect it all together and put it together, and hopefully people are enjoying it.
Yeah, no, they clearly were. No, it was like I say, it was something. It feels like something that's new here, because there's a lot of stand-up going on, but there's no one doing it in that format that you're coming on. You're doing a character, you're doing a piece, you're doing a reflection of society within a moment, then you go off and then you bring something new on.
Yeah, well, in my head it was sort of something that people were doing, and the sort of reflection of society again is just sort of how it came together, because that's what interests me. Like the bar, I've got a bartender character, and I've worked in bars and I've met guys like that who are problematic, and teaching assistant character. I worked in a primary school and I've met people like that, and you know, some of the characters are just sort of a way in which people act, which I've seen before, and I've just sort of like cobbled it all together with, you know, some of them are quite real, some of them are a bit more silly and like surreal, but it's. I suppose, I guess it's sort of a freshness. If there's a freshness to it, it might be because it sort of comes from my real experience of what I've seen in the world, and I've, you know, cobbled it together to put it on stage.
I wondered if you was inspired by any particular comedy or comedians.
Great question, one which I always really struggle to answer. This is kind of an obvious one, and I feel like people don't say it anymore, but The Office, the original Office.
Yeah.
That, because, you know, when that came out, like people were like, is this real? The reality of that and how real that all is, and, you know, it's painful at times watching David Brent sort of just fumbling through his life, but just that realness of that sort of thing, and loads of comedy is like that now, you know. I suppose that sort of inspired sort of that kind of comedy, but yeah, that sort of reality I've always loved. Like, that is I know someone that does that. I know people do act like that, and it's awful, and that's funny. So yeah, I think I've always liked things which had a reality to it. The thick of it, I absolutely love the thick of it. Like, that's so real to the point that it's like, a painful watch. I know people find it too uncomfortable to watch sometimes, but those real things I really like. So yeah, sort of mockumentaries and sort of.
Yeah, so your comedy has an element of that, but it also has an element of Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Like, if they were to do Saturday Night Live in the UK, you could be running that.
Well, they are doing it. I know.
Sign him up.
You should tell them that. It's SNL in America isn't something that I sort of watched a lot, but I like sketch comedy, and it's like sketch shows I've always liked, and I like that sort of. Well, there's two sides of it. I like sort of quick things and like exploring different characters, and so a sketch show allows you to do that. Also, I think that for the audience, it keeps it moving quite quickly. Yeah. Also, I'm watching a sketch show on TV. If you're not enjoying one thing, it's like the next one might be for you.
Work. Yeah, and Harry Enfield did that well. He did so many different characters, didn't he, in different sketches. But not every sketch was right for you. But then there would be one that you connected with.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's sort of, everyone's got their favourite in sketch shows, and I just tried to make it as likely as possible that people would find as many as possible enjoyable. And I think, you know, in the live environment you can sort of give things an energy, and I've tried to do that, make it sort of relatable and accessible, and I like to think there's something that people can like get in and just see a load of stuff and sort of think, oh, there's loads there, and there's loads to think about and loads to sort of deconstruct and think about it.
And your audience warmed to you so well. They were enjoying it all through the whole thing. They enjoyed every single sketch that you shared, and there was an interaction that you did that was also different because you stayed completely within the character within that scene as you interacted.
Which was that bit?
There was the bit with the coach. The life coach,
right? Yeah.
We're of course like these life coaches. Everyone's so familiar with them. There's so many of them out there. You know, everyone wants to be a life coach.
Yeah, exactly. And this guy absolutely has no right.
No, exactly. And that often is the case.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, it was at that moment that I thought to myself, Rory's got kind of like the Black Mirror of comedy here.
In what way?
Just that holding up that mirror to society.
Yeah.
And going, hold on, have a look at this. Have a look at how we're all consuming this. The Love Island sketch as well.
Yeah.
We're all consuming these characters. That are not real, but we're treating them like they are.
Yeah. Well, that's
so absurd as well. At the same time.
Well, there's a few of them in there. There's like, you know, there's characters which are real, they've come from a real place and they're problematic, and you know, I've thought about that, like why are people like that, why are people acting like that, and I think I love all these characters, I love them all, but like a lot of them are not good people, but and I think like I wanted to sort of, a lot of it's about like masculinity and sort of insecurity and why sort of men act a certain way, and why people, like men, are like sort of in a problematic, like awkward way when something's happening if they're not in the place they want to be, but equally some of them are just like silly. Like there's the Love Island sort of plus, which everyone sort of knows what they're like, and this one goes on a bit of an odd journey as you've seen in the show, and that's just a thought of like, imagine if a guy on Love Island didn't want to do what the other people did and just wanted to live in a nest, which is what happened. As a spoiler, but that's it. I suppose I used it as a bit of a vehicle to be like, I've got these feelings about these people, like the bartender thing. I've just seen these bartenders just acting in this way, and I'm infuriated by it. I guess I'm sort of venting in this show.
I think what you're doing is you're picking out things that other people have noticed as well, but maybe they're not brave enough to point out.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think there's some like quite awkward themes in the show at times. Which I won't go into, but there's some awkward themes, and it's sort of sometimes in the room it does feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I think they're good things to discuss and sort of expose these people for them having these sort of kind of problematic sort of tendencies and points of view, and it's sort of like I say, it's a way for me to like say I find that a bit funny, so I'm going to whack it on a stage and share it with people.
And we want that. I think the audience want that. I think the audience want to see the truth.
I think so. And I think this is a collection of quite real things, at least in life, that people probably have a point of view on. People acting that way, and hopefully they felt something from that and agreed with things and disagreed with the characters or whatever. You know, hopefully people got that out of it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I want to go to your time here in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Because I know this is the first time that you're performing here. It doesn't seem that way.
Great,
it seems like you're established. You know what's going on.
Right.
You know, it's amazing that I'm hearing people talk about your show. People,
nice.
You know, as I'm in the queue outside, people are coming up and they're like, "Are you going to Rory's show?"
Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, it's
what's it? So what's it like for you here as your first time?
It's pretty crazy. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm learning loads about performing and about the science of it all. I'm finding it hard. I'm finding it really tricky. I was telling you before, like just physically, I'm having to eat loads more and I keep nearly passing out on stage. The bit in the show quite early on where I do quite a lot of shouting, and the other day I had to cut that short because I was honestly about to faint. So I'm now trying to, it's a physically demanding, it's emotionally demanding, but it's just such a great way to, get better at it and learn about it. It's just such a bizarre way. It's just like even like music festivals, they're not a month long.
No.
You don't get like Arctic Monkeys to do 30 shows in a row, do you? I've got so many thoughts and feelings about it all, and it's great to meet other people and talk about it, and everyone's comparing things, and yeah, it's amazing experience. And also Edinburgh's just lovely, and I love it here.
It's an amazing city.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, I'm just loving it. I'm loving it here. I've got my day off tomorrow, and I'm very tired, and I'm looking forward to that.
You need to take that. So this is like halfway through the run right now, isn't
yeah,
it?
Where are we?
So
11th,
so 11. It's hard to know. I have no idea what day we're on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it becomes like a blur.
Yeah,
doesn't it,
absolutely.
Here?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're at like the halfway point then. So I wonder, as you are reaching this halfway point, the moment where you can take a rest.
Yeah.
Have you got anything that you'll reflect on as you move forward into the second part of your run?
Well, I definitely had a lot of, at the start of the run, a big thing was me. I was very nervous. I'm always very nervous with performing. Always have been. I'm getting less nervous, which is great. And I've learned about how those nerves are about things. For example, forgetting my lines or having a complete meltdown on stage. And I'm learning that those things tend not to happen, and how much more enjoyable it is when I can go onto the stage and just be like, okay, I'm confident with this, and here's a performance, and I'm performing it, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm taking my time, and it's nice. So I think what I'll do is think to myself, just like you can actually enjoy it, and when you're enjoying it, the audience will enjoy it, and it's all just a better thing. So yeah, I think it's been, how many shows have I done now? Like 10, 12 shows, I think.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot in that time. I've got better at it, I think, and now I can just enjoy the rest of it, and just I think before I was sort of like, each work in progress show or each 10-minute gig was the be all and end all. So this is what it's all about. But, I can't remember what happened in the show 4 days ago.
No,
I can't remember which one that was. But like, so, if things don't go perfectly, then that's not the end of the world. People are enjoying it, and that's great. And yeah, maybe I feel like the stakes are very high, of course, but they're not high to the point that it's going to kill me. No, hopefully, unless I do pass out.
Keep drinking the water. And keep fueling yourself with food.
I don't even know. So I do have about a litre of water on the stage at any given time, just to keep going. It's a bit of a problem and not very cool, but yeah.
But it's needed.
Yeah,
it's needed.
Very much needed, as I found out from nearly fainting. Yeah.
So what happened there then?
I think just because I've got this Garmin watch and it tells my heart rate, and now I'm unhealthily obsessed with it. But I think that I had such adrenaline on the stage that it was just using a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was in the middle of this bit and shouting away, and then thought, I am going to pass out here. So I just had to stop it in character. I had to sort of stop the sketch and abruptly get to the end. Mm-hmm. But I've worked it out. I've got some stuff which I use. I've got some. I'm eating more. I'm eating more sugar. And having Lucozade Sport and stuff like that.
And I think this whole thing is like a training ground where we're learning not just about our craft, but us as people.
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
same time.
Yeah, so I'm getting pushed to the limit up here. And everyone is, and everyone's. I was discussing last night. Everyone's here. There's comedians all around. They've all got a different feeling about it, and everyone's emotional about it, and we're all sort of sharing that. And it's and you've got to be mindful of how everyone's feeling, and is everyone having a good time, are people struggling, and it's just this odd melting pot of just chaos in a comedy sort of arts environment. But yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah. So, as you look to the future, what are your hopes and dreams?
I'm so stuck in doing this at the moment.
Of course, when you're in the moment.
Yeah.
And that's a bit. Do you know what? I think that's a beautiful place to be.
Yeah.
That you can be here and just like appreciate.
Yes. But no, I am thinking about the future. I mean, the simple answer is just sort of more opportunities and doing things. Like I always think of like doing comedy. You very rarely, unlike any job, you very rarely do it. Mm-hmm. You might spend an hour on stage every now and then, or you might spend 5-10 minutes on stage every night. There's not much time doing it. Mm-hmm. Well, I do acting as well, and actors don't get that many jobs. At my level anyway. Just want to do more of everything because it's so enjoyable doing comedy. It's so great. This is why this is great, because you're up on the stage every night and doing it. Yeah. And just do more of it. If that's more live stuff, that's great. If it's more, doing sketches with other comedians, making some stuff, doing a bit of acting, just do more of it. Know more people and work with more people and just do more of it.
Yeah, wonderful, Rory. Well, thank you so much for today. I really do appreciate
Thanks for having
it.
me.
And I look forward to seeing you in the future as well. I look forward to seeing your comedy sketch shows as they progress.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. And if anyone was watching or listening to this conversation, we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks
for having me. Thanks for watching.
Wonderful. Thanks again,
Thanks,
Rory.
man. Thank you.